Welcome to the Unfuck Your Fitness podcast. I am your host, Christy Castillo, and I'm here to give you real talk and cut the BS so you can actually enjoy building a body you love. I'm a personal trainer obsessed with giving you simple action steps to take you from feeling stuck to feeling sexy. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's episode. I have a bit of a raspy voice today. This is day 7 of not feeling well, actually feeling pretty much like shit for the entire 7 days. And I had the idea a couple days ago when it was the day that I was supposed to record podcast for this week, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna sound raspy and ridiculous, so I might as well just talk about, like, I'm gonna have to mention that I'm sick, obviously, so I might as well just talk about how I'm dealing with being sick and how I deal with that on my fitness journey, and the advice that I would give to and do give to my one-on-one clients when they're sick. I can just talk about that on this episode, and I was really excited about it. I am really excited about it. So it was like the day to record podcast came, and I pretty much didn't have a voice for 3 days at that point. And so I'm recording this like the same day I need to edit, upload, get it all done for it to show up for you in the morning. So I'm like really pushing it here, but I just literally have not felt well. I have not been able to talk like this amount of time without coughing or sniffling or sneezing. And my clients already know, because my one-on-one clients especially, I tried to message everyone, I think like last Thursday maybe. I sent quite a few voice messages and I just sounded absolutely miserable. And they were all like, girl, you did not have to message me, but I just really wanted to. But it was rough. So I'm going to try to get through this the best that I can. But like I said, this is day 7 of me being sick. I actually do have an appointment finally with the doctor today. So at first I just thought it was allergies, and it's gotten worse. And anyway, what I really want to talk about is kind of how I have navigated this myself, honestly, in the last 7 days, what goes through my mind, what I try to do, how I think about it. And this is exactly how I would share with my clients. And I do share this with my clients when they come to me and ask. They tell me how they're feeling and they want to know, should they skip a workout or should they push through? They're nervous to push through, or they're nervous to take a rest day because they'll think that they're making excuses, and then they'll fall back into this trap of making excuses in this cycle. And so I just really wanted to talk about this as much as I can today, because I think it's something that I personally had to, like everything else in my fitness journey, it seems like I had to figure out for myself what works. And it works for like every single one of my clients, pretty much the way that I teach them and walk them through it. And so I think that it's just something that it's not a cut and dry, like a should I take a rest day or should I work out and push through. There's not an answer, because I'm not standing in front of you knowing exactly how you sound, what you look like, how you're feeling. And even if I was looking at you, and I don't know what's in your head and how you're feeling. And sometimes for myself, that's a blurry line too. So let me dive into the last 7 days for myself, and I'll kind of walk you through what this looks like. So I tried to work out. I think I was coming up on feeling sick a little bit before that. I just didn't really notice because probably my appetite was off. Who knows? I just didn't have a lot of energy in my workouts. And so if I'm being honest, I could probably pinpoint it a few days before that to where I was trying to work out and I just was struggling and felt like just laying on the couch and being lazy. And it was really nice. But when my sickness came on, like I said, exactly 7 days ago, it came on almost instantly. Actually, my best friend was here. It was her last full day here. We had just gone out to eat. We're having a great day. And all of a sudden we're sitting on the couch. We're actually supposed to record podcasts together. And I instantly just started feeling like my ears were hurting. My throat was hurting. I wanted to go to sleep. I did not feel good. And I just kept saying, like, I do not feel good. Something is wrong. I don't feel good. I just kind of thought it was allergies because I do get seasonal allergies really badly. That's not uncommon, but I had been taking my medicine, so it was really weird. So a few days into this, I realized this is more than just allergies, but I'm not the kind of person that's like, let's just go to the doctor. Like, I'm still like, it's probably just a cold. It's fine. Mind you, I still haven't been to the doctor. I actually do have an appointment today, but I'm not someone who like is like, I'll get over it and not go to the doctor. I truly just thought that it's not that bad and I'll be fine. But the more I talk to people, they're like, you sound so sick. I actually tried to voice message my clients back, or voice message my one-on-one clients, not back necessarily, but just to talk to them. But I didn't really have a voice and I sounded terrible and I was sneezing and sniffling and coughing and it was just such a mess. And I think when they all messaged back and were like, girl, you do not need to message me, like, take it easy. I'm like, wow, I really do sound terrible. But anyways, how this looked was the first few days I just thought it was allergies. So I went in the garage and I'm trying to work out and I'm just feeling pretty shitty. Like, I'm not having a good workout, but I'm out here trying, kind of a thing. And that's kind of what I do. I know my body well enough to know, honestly, when I should push through and when I shouldn't. I will at least usually show up. If I think I can push through a workout, I will at least show up for my workout. I will, do a lot of stretching, do some yoga poses, just kind of take it really easy, start with lighter weights and build up if I feel like it. Well, I was just not feeling it. So I'm lifting lighter weights and I'm just like, okay, I'm not feeling well. That's fine. You moved. Good job. We bought a walking pad or a walking treadmill. So I was trying to walk on that, pretty out of breath and just struggling. So by the time I'm, 3 to 4 days into this, I realized that I'm actually sick and I need to start taking actual rest days, not walking on the treadmill, not walking outside, not working out, just off, because my voice was gone. My throat was really hurting. I was coughing so badly, so often that it was pretty bad. So I knew that I needed to take some rest days. 2 days ago, I did finally get in a workout. So like day 5, I was like, okay, I feel okay physically, like from the neck down, right? Like I should be able to lift some weights. I should be good. I went out into the garage and the second my heart rate would get up and I needed to like catch my breath in anything, I would start wheezing because I had to take a deep breath and then I would start coughing. And it was so frustrating that I started crying. My husband was in the garage working out with me and I wasn't sobbing. I was just really frustrated. Like, okay, I'm sick of feeling like shit. I want to be able to work out and move my body. And I'm trying to do that right now in the garage, like in a way where it's respecting my body. I was not pushing myself hard, but any moment, which let me just tell you, I didn't realize that my workouts were like that hard, I guess, because I'm just lifting. I'm not even doing any cardio moves or anything, but my heart rate was still getting up to where I was just coughing and sniffling and sneezing and it was so bad. And I'm like, okay, first of all, my workouts are really good because I'm, getting in that cardio effect for my lungs, but I'm not jumping. So I was like, okay, this is really great. I didn't realize how much my heart rate was actually up just through lifting. So, I know that technically, but when I'm doing it, I'm just so used to being able to like whip through it. So this is also to reassure you that if you are doing strength training and resistance training, you are doing an amazing job. Like you will be out of breath. That's enough. But I was getting really frustrated. So I did cry. I did take a minute. I did feel sorry for myself. And then I was like, okay, lift slower, take longer rest. You got this. And so I did finish that workout a little bit. It was shitty. The next day, same thing. I just was very careful to not get to the place where I had to take a deep breath, which is so hard when you're working out. Like, what's the point? But also the point is to build the muscle, not to necessarily have to be wheezing and coughing and breathing so hard, right? So I got my mind right there, finished that workout, and today I'm taking another rest day. But so that's kind of how I felt as far as workouts. I did try a little bit, and then there were days too where I was like, absolutely not, I need to rest. But by day 5 of resting, I was like, okay, I have not worked out in 5 days. It's been a long time since I've not worked out for 5 days. Like, let's go try. And then I tried, and then I cried. So that's what that looked like. My appetite has been fine. So I have been able to eat enough and hit my macros and control what I can. That's one thing I want to stand out to you in this episode is control what you can. I felt so shitty. I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, I'm wheezing, I'm all the things. I can't work out. I can't move my body. I'm sleeping, taking 2 3-hour naps a day. I'm just so tired, but my appetite is still there. So while I can't work out and while I'm not feeling great, I'm still able to eat. And so always control what you can when you're sick. If you're literally down and out, right, with the flu, just vomiting, fever, whatever, there's nothing you can do about that. But when you can, in any circumstance in your fitness journey, control what you can. And that's what I did. And I feel really good and proud about that. I know that I'm doing the right thing for my body. And so hopefully coming out of this particular sickness episode here with some medicine from the doctor that I get this afternoon, please, fingers crossed, that I will just be coming out of this. So this is what the last 7 days literally have looked like for me. It's been frustrating. It's been, but I also understand why I'm resting and what's going on and all of the things. But let me say that years ago, I felt like a failure if I missed 1 day in the gym, let alone 5. I would really struggle with feeling like if I'm not hitting my workouts, then I might as well not eat, for my goals. Like I might as well eat like shit. Like kind of like I fuck it all, right? If I can't do one thing right, then I can't do anything right. I'm not making any progress. Like I had this all or nothing mindset. I just don't have that anymore. And that's because I trust my body. So the next thing I want you to take away from this episode is the only way to really know if you should push through a workout or take a rest day, because I actually got this from a client on my app yesterday. It was so crazy. I don't have it in front of me, but she was just like, hey girl, kind of wondering your thoughts, like how you deal with when you're sick. Should I take a rest day? Should I push through when I have a cold? Like, what does that look like? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually recording a podcast episode about this tomorrow, but I'll of course talk her through that personally. But I know that it's something that comes up, and like this, we're coming into fall. The weather is changing. It is quote unquote flu season, sick season, whatever. And so this is going to happen. So you have to, this is so much easier when you trust your body. You have to be in tune with your body. When you're sick, you are truly the only one who knows if you should take a rest day or push through. And the fact that you aren't sure and you have to ask me is fine. That's good. And I'm a good person to ask because I will be genuine and honest in my response with you. But my goal for you as my client is for you to be able to trust yourself. Like there's no doubt in my mind on those days when I took absolute rest days while I am sick, that's what I needed to do. There's no question. And I love being in that place with my body. So you have to listen to your body. You have to trust your body. And this comes with so much time. This comes with practice. This comes with, showing up in the gym and crying through your workout and being like, wasn't quite ready yet. And I'm still doing that. And this also comes from taking a rest day and then a few hours later being like, wow, you really could have worked out today. Shame on you. That sucks, and beating yourself up. Like that's kind of what we have to go through. Those are the steps, unfortunately. But I really encourage you to just understand that this entire journey comes back to trusting yourself and being in tune with your body, because I knew exactly when I needed a rest day and when I could try to push through. And even when I cried and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing good at this. I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm struggling. And then it was just like, I know just to back off, right? Instead of quit. I don't have to quit. I can just back off. So if you're not used to listening to your body, you will feel conflicted. Like, should I rest or should I work out? You are the only one that actually knows that. And that's where these hard questions come in, is like, am I being lazy, or do I actually need to not wake up this morning and work out, right? Am I really needing to take this rest day, or am I using this as an excuse? And only you can answer that question. Only you know that for sure. I can't say, I think you should. I would actually always err on the side of sleeping in and giving your body rest. I would 100% always tell my clients, you should take a rest day if you're questioning it. I would never say push through, because when I started to look at this a little bit differently, and I'm going to explain this to you, this is when for me it made a lot of sense. And this is how I never looked at it. No one ever told me this. It just is what it is. I don't know. When you are sick, your body is using calories. And this is the same thing I explain when you're that time of the month in your menstrual cycle for my clients. This is the same thing I say, like, we're tired, we're grouchy, we don't understand. When you're sick, you're tired, you're grouchy, you don't have any appetite, you don't have any motivation, you don't have any energy, whatever. Like, that is facts. And so when you're sick, your body is using calories that you give it to fight the illness and to get you back to feeling better. That's your body's job. Therefore, you have less calories to use as energy. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at this. For me, I look at it like, okay, if I'm not feeling the best today, do I want my body to be able to use the extra calories that I give it to fight off the illness? So I should go take a rest day. I should maybe actually take a nap, literally rest, so that my body can use the calories, the fuel that it has to fight the illness, right? Maybe I take 2 days off to let my body use those extra calories to make me feel better. Then I can get right back on track, right? And maybe feel better faster. Or I have my body, I give it this certain amount of calories. It's taking a lot more of those calories to fight for my body and get feeling better. And I'm also trying to go for a run and work out and use those calories to fuel my workouts. That's not going to work. And so therefore your body has less calories to use as energy to fuel your workout when you are sick. So when I looked at it that way, I was like, okay, I have a certain amount of calories every single day that I'm feeding my body. And I want my body when I'm sick to be able to use those calories toward getting better. I want to rest, and I want my body to be able to use those calories for what it needs, not lifting weights right now, right? Not burning fat, not building muscle. I can get back to that in a few days. So when you look at it that way, and it's the same, like I said, when you're on your period, like your body needs those extra calories to get through what it's going through, right? To go through that process. And so you have to be able to look at it as like, okay, I'm honoring my body and giving it rest because it's sick. So that's fine. Like, it's not that I'm missing a workout necessarily. It's not that I'm a failure. It's not that I'm not sticking to my plan. It's that I'm honoring my body. And by doing that, my body will get better faster, hopefully, and I will be able to feel better faster. And then I will be able to honor my body with movement and workouts and hitting my protein, right? So it's all about giving your body what it needs instead of like, oh my gosh, I just signed up for this program and I have to hit every single day. So once I understood and I began to look at resting while sick differently as a necessity, as a thank you to my body, please help me get better. And here's a nap to help in that, right? Your body will recover faster if you give it that rest. That's why rest days in general in your program are so important. And especially when you're sick, giving your body rest is like, you have to do that. That's working with your body. And ultimately, that's what this is all about. So that's kind of the overall gist of how I want you to look at things when you're sick. So when a client comes to me and says, hey, I'm not feeling well. I've been sick for a couple of days. I'm just really struggling. I'm trying to get my movement in. I'm not feeling, energy. What am I supposed to do? I will ask, how long have you been sick? How are you eating? How are you feeling? I really think you should take a rest day. Like, as your coach, I'm giving you permission to take a rest day and not feel bad about it because your body needs the rest. Rest up. Use that time when you're resting. If you can't sleep, read a book. Plan out your meals. Plan out your month. Plan out your evenings. Plan out your workouts. Like, use that time where you're down and out to do something productive to where, you don't just have to lay in bed and watch TV. That's amazing too. And please do that. But if you're feeling like I'm just not doing anything to work towards my goals, then do something while you're laying down to work towards your goals. I mean, we all say like we don't have time to meal plan. We don't have time to, plan our workouts. We don't have time to fit things in. Like, use that time to make a list of all the things you have to do and who can you call? Who can you text? Who can you unfollow on social media? Who can you say no to? I'm not going to help you this week. Like, do things like that maybe while you're laying around, right? And resting. And so that's how I personally deal with being sick on my fitness journey. But this wouldn't be possible, like this attitude that I have towards it wouldn't be possible without all the years that I struggled. And so I'm really thankful that you have this episode to listen to so that the next time you're sick, even maybe now, you're questioning that, right? Maybe this morning you took a rest day, you slept in, and now you're thinking, maybe I should have worked out. I'm feeling like a, lazy loser. I'm feeling better this afternoon. Maybe I should have got up and worked out. It's fine. Like, let it go. You gave your body what it needed. You did yourself a favor. It's fine. Pat yourself on the back, move on tomorrow, right? So in that same context, when I do have clients that will say, hey, I skipped a workout this morning. I used it as a rest day. I'm not feeling well. Should I try to make up that workout or should I just move on? Just move on. Don't. So if you're, you missed a workout one day and the next day you're back at it, don't try to make up that workout right away. Just go on to the next workout. Do what's on your calendar that day. And if you get a couple days ahead and you have a rest day and you're like, or like a built-in rest day and you're like, I feel like I could maybe make up the workout that I missed, go ahead and do that. But you don't have to do that. I never make up missed days anymore. I'll be honest. I'm just kind of at this place where, yes, I actually need to get my ass back in gear. But we've traveled and then I got back and I was getting back into the groove and then my best friend came and then I got sick. So I'm just all over the place, but I'm not making up any workouts. I'm not beating myself up. Like, it is what it is. When I feel good enough to work out again, I'll open my calendar, I'll do the workout on that day and I'll look forward. Always, always, always look forward. Don't beat yourself up for what you did this morning. Don't beat yourself up for what you did last week. Who cares? Move on. Like, eyes up and out. We're looking forward. So I want you to think of being sick on your fitness journey as something that will happen, you guys. If there's one thing that's inevitable in your journey, you will get freaking sick. And this is how we're going to deal with it, right? You will get better faster if you sleep, if you rest. Who cares? Take the rest day. It's good for you. And have your body use those extra calories that you're giving it, or use the calories that you're giving it for energy to get better so that you can get better faster. Because if you just push and push and push a little bit each day, you're going to feel like shit for a lot longer. Whereas you could just take 2 rest days and feel better instead of taking, 5 half-ass workout days. Then it's going to take 5 days to feel better. That's what I did for years. But just having this relationship with your body where it trusts you, you trust it, that even being off track for a week for me, I was like, oh my God, it's literally been 5 days since I worked out. Like, this is crazy. I could hardly remember the last time that I hadn't worked out for 5 days. And yet I didn't care. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to lose a little bit of muscle. And yeah, I ate like a ton of golden Oreos if you saw my Instagram story. So yeah, I'm probably going to, things are going to flip-flop as far as my fat ratio to my muscle ratio, to be expected when I haven't hardly moved my body in 5 days. But I will move my body for the next, 5 days when I get feeling better, and things will even out. Like, it's not a big deal. Again, when you have this attitude that's like it's lifelong, then 5 days really doesn't matter. It's 5 days ain't shit when you look at the big scheme of things, right? So I hope that this gave you a fresh perspective. I hope my voice didn't drive you too crazy. I'm so sorry. I have to record next week's episode in a couple days, so I could sound like this again. Who knows? But I really do hope that this gave you a new perspective, a fresh perspective. I hope hearing exactly how I deal with this in my own journey helps you, because I love to just come on here and be real and tell you, like, I didn't work out for 5 days straight. I tried to work out and I cried. It is what it is. Like, it happens. I know I'll feel better. I'll get back on track as soon as I can. But for now, I'm using this to just teach you, and I think that's really important too. So when you become under the weather, it's okay. Keep eating, control what you can. If you have an appetite, keep eating, use those calories to rest and have your body, fight whatever's going on inside of you and get better. And just keep showing up in a way that you can, but also keep keep listening to your body. Use that as an opportunity to be like, man, what do I really need? Sit with yourself, really ask yourself, are you tired or are you being a baby? And if you are tired, go to sleep. Like, just give your try giving your body what it needs instead of always fighting with it. I think that was always something that I did too. And it's really nice to be able to say, like, what do you need? A nap? Okay, we're taking a nap. And I don't feel guilty about it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review. And of course, follow the podcast so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I would love it so much if you came to connect with me over on Instagram at Christy Castillo Fit. I will see you next time.